Russia stopped using Iran suicide drones due to cold weather. Ukraine.
Here's a summary of the article.
Russia has stopped using Iranian-made kamikaze drones in Ukraine because they don't work in cold weather, a Ukrainian official said. Yevgeny Silkin, of the Joint Forces Command for Strategic Communications of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, said that Russia had stopped using the Iranian drones, which are made of plastic and other materials that are not frost-resistant, according to Ukrainian news agency UNIAN. The outlet said that the drones have not been used in Ukraine since November 17, which was also the first day that it snowed in Ukraine this year. Russia started to use the Iranian drones in October, as part of a new playbook that targeted power distribution and other critical infrastructure from afar. Iran and Russia have denied any cooperation on weapons, but Iran later admitted that it had sent Russia weapons, adding that this was before Russia's invasion of Ukraine started. It reported that Iran and Russia had reached an agreement for Russia to start producing the drones itself. The UK's Ministry of Defence said on November 23 that Russia was likely running out of the drones, but that it could purchase more. Multiple reports have also said that Iran has been training Russia on how to use the drones and other weapons.
This post received a score of 21,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
How do you solve the icing problem?
Icing problem?
You might want to look into it. Bonk.
Go to horny jail. Literally the only time the horny jail joke has ever made me laugh.
Actually better than the original article, which is full of redundancies and all over the place.
There was shrinkage. It was cold.
I was in the pool.
I was in Ukraine.
Don't checks notes. Fly drones in Russia in the wintertime? I mean, it checks out. I just never thought about it, I guess. Oh, you can fly drones. For instance, Ukraine just flew a drone into a military base in Russia, destroying 2 bombers. ? The secret is to not be stupid and to not source your weapons from a country that barely experiences winter. Edit. I forget, for some people, 35F is considered winter. When I talk winter, I mean actual freezing winter, Ukrainian winter.
If I'm not mistaken, the Iranian drones use diesel, which gels in cold temps and therefore won't start. There are additives that can be added to prevent this, but I don't think those work past a certain temp. I would however be surprised if it's that cold. Those additives work pretty damn well until you get into extreme temperatures.
The Russian kleptocrats probably pocketed the budget intended for additives, and someone in the army warehouses stole what additives they had and sold them on the black market.
Or the soldiers drank it or used it for something similar.
If you're cold, they're cold. Bring those drones inside this winter.
This is the joke I was looking for here.
Or just ran out of them, after 4 days 2 months ago, when it was newsworthy.
Could also be that the Jeopards turned out to be cost-effective AA for them.
There are only dozens of Jeopards, mostly protecting important cities with a few in the offensive spearheads. The cold stopping them does make sense. Gasoline burns slower in the extreme cold, and they get thick and clog up in the engine. That's why cars can be harder to start in the cold. That'll affect reliability, possibly enough to get them to stop flights. Greater than gasoline burns slower in the extreme cold, and they get thick and clog up in the engine. That's diesel that gels up in the cold, clogging up fuel filters. Untreated gasoline won't begin to freeze until -40, and properly winterized gasoline can stay liquid up to -200. Gasoline won't freeze in your fuel lines like diesel, which freezes more easily, as you point out, until -40, but I'm talking about oil being more glue-y, which will make your engine harder to start. Without antifreeze, it can also form crystals above -40, but presumably they've thought about that one.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.